Welcome back to Sutton Bourbon and Smoke here with Kevin and Taylor. We're gonna try some double oaked bourbons today. So got a few different options here. One of our favorites, we're not biased, based on Kevin's shirt, but we're gonna give it a go. Tell us about what we got here.
Yeah, well, in the middle, you gave it away with the Old Forester, right? That's one of the long standbys in the collection there. The great 1910 Old Forester. It's the old fine whiskey. It pops in at a proof of 93 proof. It's a great double oak, great flavor. That's definitely one of the everyday pours that I have, and I love. Old Forester. It's one that really got me, really elevated the game of, and to the left, Woodford, really, I started out with Woodford, and then, the Woodford Double Oak really became kind of that really first step up in bourbon for me. And, when I traveled a lot several years ago, and anytime I saw the Woodford Double Oak, I was quick to grab that. Again, that comes in at a 90.4 proof. Again, that Woodford Double Oak is a great pour as well. And last but not least, is the newest to the lineup is the Peerless Double Oak. I actually just got this last weekend. It found it, saw it on Facebook that they actually had it on the other side of Charlotte. So we made a Saturday of it and drove around and got out to the other side of Charlotte to get this Peerless Double Oak. And it comes in at a proof of 108.4. So excited to put them all head to head, because they, once again, this has been a favorite. This has been a favorite, and now throw Peerless in the mix. We'll see how the three go in an open three-way head to head here.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just saying, I think that's so fun because we've had the Double Oak and the 1910. We've had those for a while. We've been drinking those for a while. We know exactly what to expect from that. But this is, being the newest. Got that last Saturday. We were out on our little bourbon hunt, bourbon run, and picked that up. And just in a few taste tests that we've had so far, it's just been lights out. Really good. So excited to finally be able to compare, all three of kind of the mainstream double oaked.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we got two Brown-Forman products here, which we're fans of all the way. But knowing that all of us like a little hotter of a whiskey or a bourbon, this Peerless, I'm excited to put these head to head with one of our favorites, this 1910. So being at a 93 proof is really good, but I can't imagine what this Peerless Double Oak can be like at 108. So.
Yeah. Proof-wise, we're always good. Usually 100 plus, right? The bottled in bond 100 proof is kind of our baseline there. So that's going to be tough.
Well, I think even we saw in the last episode we were doing the barrel proofs. You saw the Elijah Craig and the Larceny and even the Penelope. We're kind of, I think, at least for me, kind of hitting up on the roof of about how far I want to go on proof, and they're about 125, 126 range. And somewhere between that and the 100 proof is my sweet spot. I don't know if I can't narrow it down much more from there, but it'll be good to test these all out.
Yeah.
Sure.
Well, man, let's get to it. We'll get these bottles out of the way, and we'll get to tasting. Always we do a blind taste test. We have a third party pour it for us, and then we'll bring it in here. We'll taste it, and let you know what we think, raw and unscripted.
So glass one here.
Glass one. I'll say this right now. Look at this tray. Every single one of them looks exactly the same. Yeah. There's no difference in color here.
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to find any difference anywhere here. So it's going to have to be in the nose. It's going to have to be in the palate.
Oh man.
Boy, this smells double oaked.
Yeah. All day long. All day long. I want to say what it is. I'm gonna hold it until.
I was about to say, I think I got this right off the
I've got a lot
rip.
of bottles of this.
Yeah. And people who are on Whiskey Talk, Whiskey Gram, Whiskey YouTube, anybody that's had these products or been looking around, I think if you smelled this, you'd know it too.
Yeah. Maple, banana, right on the nose. Like,
Did you say banana?
You know exactly what it is, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's
give it its fair due.
It's Old Forester.
Yeah.
I mean, beautiful. I mean, Old Forester. And I think that's why I'm hooked on all. It starts at the nose from the palate of an Old Forester product.
And you taste that, and you know, and I think particularly in 1920, you get a lot of that banana bread notes. When you switch over to this 1910, you still get that banana, but gosh, I almost get like apple pie. You're getting like red apple right on there.
I mean, just the consistency between the nose and the palate.
Yeah.
Right? Like it tastes exactly the way that it smells, and there's not a whole lot of bourbons that do that. That's why, personally, this is one of my favorites. I can
Absolutely.
pick it out of the bunch.
Yeah. And you put it in your mouth from the front of your tongue as it moves to the back of the tongue to the back of your throat. It's all full of flavor. You never lose any. You don't lose any of the flavor as it moves all the way from start to finish. Just a really good smooth drinking.
And I think
Watch this be wrong.
Yeah, no, we're going to be completely wrong.
Yeah.
This is 100%. It's Old Forester, maybe. But I think with a lot of the Old Foresters, when you get into that Whiskey Row series, I mean, they're all just an explosion of flavor.
Yeah.
They're delicious. They're just big, and the mouth feels great on this one. And my gosh, it's dessert in a glass, and I think you're probably going to be tired of me saying that because I know the rest of these are going to be, equally as desserty, as sweet, as just great after a dinner. Oh man, it's just so good.
Yeah.
But and then especially with the Old Forester products, you walk into any liquor store and you go to the shelf, there's Old Forester. For the most part, you'll always find a 1920, 1910,
Sure.
really the 97. Occasionally, a little less frequently you find the 1870, but always consistently on the shelf. It's priced in the $50 to $60 price range, somewhere around.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, just golly, what a value, what a great consistent drinker. And if I'm wrong,
Man, if I'm wrong, that's my new favorite.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. Whatever this is will be their favorite. But I think you're right. The highest I've ever paid for any Old Forester in this area is $60. That's the 1920.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You bump down to the 1910.
Yeah.
And it's 55-ish.
Yep.
The 1897, the bottle and bonds about 50-ish, and then you go to the 1870. It's somewhere in the 45 range.
Mm-hmm.
And
which is still fantastic in my opinion.
Exactly.
If you like a 100 proof whiskey.
And to be that readily available, I think, is huge for people that have been around for a while, new people that are trying to get into different stuff. The Old Forester line has some pretty consistent themes, while also keeping each of their versions different and having something unique about them. So, no, that's great. I'm gonna move on to number 2.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I think we're good on that.
Man, color very similar.
Yeah.
It's like a medium honey, I would say.
It's not the white dog.
No.
It's not white
It is
dog.
not the white dog.
It's not the white dog.
Just like the first one, I think I got it from the nose.
I was kind of thinking the same thing. Not because I've had this one very recently, but because I've had the other one. And I know that's not it. Man.
Alright, so let's go ahead and say it like we did the first one. We're good on the nose. At least with these products.
It's going to be crazy if we all say the wrong thing or different things. But I'm getting Woodford Double Oak.
Yeah.
I'm getting Woodford Double Oak all day long. This is sweet.
Yeah.
Oh man, this is just good flavor, good sense, right on the nose.
Well, it's Woodford, purely because you get those like darker notes. Like I smell like floral and then like a dark fruit.
Yeah.
Right on the nose.
Oh yeah.
And that's distinct. That's distinct Woodford for me.
Yeah. I mean, it's just you can smell it like just on the nose. You know what you're getting into before you get into this. There's no doubt this is going to taste exactly like the nose.
Yeah. You don't get that. even though that and the 1910 are similar proofs, you don't get quite the same punch. But man, it's a crushable. I mean, you can sit there and drink that all day. Again, it's pre-COVID. I traveled a lot, and you know, most traveled in Marriott's, stayed in Marriott's. They generally always had the Woodford Double Oak, and so I had quite a few. So really got, you know, acquired the taste for the Woodford Double Oak. A really good drink.
Yep. Man, you almost get like a, I don't know about you guys, maybe my palate's off. You get like a dark cherry, a little cough syrup.
Oh yeah.
On the,
Yeah, it's almost it's almost medicinal cherry. And then even where it is, it's so sweet.
Yeah.
Like this is oh man, you can almost feel the headache coming on. It's that sweet, but it's good.
Yeah.
It's good. There's white sugar on the end of this. You still obviously you're gonna get a ton of oak on this, but that medicinal cherry's coming through.
And I mean the finish is quick.
Yeah.
The finish is
Yes.
quick. You know, it's almost like as soon as it's gone, you know, you're back for another sip. So I agree with you. It's crushable.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing. You know, the finish, being as short as it is, drops off. But my gosh, you just want to go back for more. You're like, oh man, that was great. Let me.
I mean, you can tell it's a 90 proof.
Oh yeah.
All day long.
Yeah.
All day long.
You can crush that for days.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good.
All right.
Okay. And so that leaves number 3. If we know what we're doing, we eliminate everything else. This should be the Peerless Double Oak, the newest addition to the collection.
Yeah.
And man, and this would be the highest price of this collection at this point.
Yeah.
So that Double Oak came in right around, was that almost 90 at that point? And that's here in our area, in the Charlotte, Greater Charlotte metro area. And oh man.
Yeah, and during our trip to Kentucky last year, obviously we actually stayed right beside Old Forester in the Marriott near Old Forester. Did the tour, did tastings there. Did go to
Oh man, what
Woodford.
a tour! What a tour, right?
Oh, yeah. Oh, it's outstanding. Facility tour.
Yeah.
We were lucky enough that the tour we went on, if we had gone on the tour before, the tour after, we had missed out. But the tour we went on, we actually got to buy bottles of the 117 series.
Whiskey on fire.
Fire series, yeah.
Yeah.
And we went to Woodford, was great. We went down the Peerless. Peerless didn't have any tours available. We hadn't called ahead. And at that time, their tasting room wasn't available. But we've had a few pours of Peerless, but this is the first time with their Double Oak.
Yeah, absolutely. But man, what a tour Woodford's was. I mean, just how you can tell that they designed it for the end user, right? Like, so people like you and I, when we go in there, it was designed based on the flow of the facility and the multiple levels that they had after the fire that they had and the remodeling they did in 2018. Like, you can tell the redesign they had was not necessarily designed for the distilling aspect of it, but was really designed for the tour and the experience. So, I even think about the cooperage. You know, when we were watching somebody make the barrels, right? It was right there in the center of everything that was going on. So making it by hand, it was incredible. It was incredible. But
you said Woodford, you meant Old Forester.
I did mean Old Forester.
Yeah. You're right. I mean, making the barrels, you would think there would be some machine stamping out the barrels, but there was a girl there working the barrels, and again putting pressures in the barrels and plugging the holes with little wooden pegs.
Yeah.
You know, because there's only the metal bands. There's no glue. There's no
adhesive.
Nothing else in the barrel other than just wood and those bands on the outside. Yeah, and like I said, that just shows the care and the again attention to detail Old Forester puts into that product.
No, I'm excited to go back and see Peerless when their tasting room's open and get to try some more of their products, because this right here, I mean, it's just fantastic. It's just fantastic. So I like floral and almost butter on the nose.
Oh yeah.
And then going in for the taste, you almost get like the butter flavor first.
Oh,
and then I get like the medicinal cherry that you're talking about, and then like a black pepper finish.
Yeah, I get that butterscotch.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the as sweet as it is up
Yeah.
front, it does have that black pepper. There's almost a spice,
Mm-hmm.
like a heat to the end of it. And what did we say? What proof this was? We'll find out.
I believe it was 108.
Yeah,
It drinks its proof for sure. And man, is it good?
man, that's a tough one.
I'm glad all these are in the cabinet.
Yeah,
Glad to have all these in the cabinet.
Yeah, if we keep them here, that's fine. Man, I'm struggling with this one.
Yeah. Now, when we went to Peerless, we were not able to do it. Again, go on a tour, and their tasting room wasn't open. It should be open now. They were like a week or two away from getting the final license. But man, the folks at Peerless were just so friendly. And the guy who showed me the hallway, said, "Hey, look, here's where the tasting room's going to be."
Yeah.
Like I say, really enjoyed it. Yeah, I have to say, between all three of those, Old Forester, Woodford, and Peerless, all three distilleries, we had great experiences at all three.
I think a lot of that goes into the people that work there.
Yeah.
They're passionate about what they're
Yeah.
doing. They
100%.
are there to just produce the best whiskey they can, and they love it. They eat, drink, live it all day long,
Oh, yeah.
and it's always good to see people in their glory. Like that is just that's a person in their glory. They're doing what they're supposed to be doing, and it's fun to see that. But man,
What a tough battle.
this is. I would say this is tougher than last week's.
Absolutely.
I think last week's pretty cut and dry. This one is tough.
It is tough.
Beautiful.
But I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this for me. Tough between 1 and 2. I know what's number 3. I've got my number 3. Dead heat. 1 and 2 is killing me right now.
Yeah.
Really? Really? So
My one and 2 are killing me.
Yeah.
I've got my number 3 one pegged, and it's great. It is great. It's not what I'm looking for. When I'm looking for a double oak. I think we all kind of nailed this one.
Yeah.
Well, we think we nailed it for sure. We could.
Oh man, we haven't found the bottles yet.
Yeah.
No reveal yet.
Yeah.
Let's do this. So are we ready for the reveal?
yeah, let's do the reveal.
Now that I've claimed ourselves champions,
Yeah.
let's see what we got.
All right, we're back. We got the bottles here. Well, let's get into it.
Let's so I think ranking wise, we all had the glass number 2
let's-
at 3.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that. Like
I had glass number 2 at 3.
yeah, I did too.
Yeah.
I did too.
We all did.
And I think we all think that is the Woodford Double Oak,
Yeah.
Okay.
which again, nothing wrong, just came in a little less complex for us. And if we're wrong, we're idiots, we know what we're talking about.
So we think Woodford is number 2.
That is glass number 2. So you
Glass
should see a
number
2 right
Our
there.
rank number 3.
And flip it for us. And
Whoa! All right.
of course we are right because we are geniuses.
Yeah.
So again, yeah, I think the number 2, the Woodford, really good. Just didn't have that as complex a flavor as the rest of them. It isn't built out as much.
Yeah. Yeah. For me, it just didn't have anything to break up the sweetness through it.
Yeah.
If it had something in there, I would have been all about it.
You can't even say it was off balance because the only thing it had was sweetness. There was
Exactly.
nothing to balance that
Exactly.
out at all. So
100%.
it's very sweet. It's
Yeah.
very good. If that's what you're looking for, you're gonna love it.
Yeah.
And I think even we still liked it.
Oh,
There's nothing wrong with it. It's just
Yeah.
if we have to compare the 3.
Sure.
Yeah. I keep it out displayed on the bar cart. That way, if someone's here, it's, hey, give me a pour of bourbon, especially if they're not as sophisticated or used to the heat and stuff. Hey, that's what I pour them. It's a great pour.
Yeah, absolutely.
So what was our number 2 pick? My number 2 was Peerless. So.
Mine too.
So so for number 2 we all picked glass number 3, which
Yeah.
we think is Peerless.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
And we're gonna give it a shot here. Glass number 3 Peerless. Show it to the
Right.
folks. And show it to us.
Whoa!
We're idiots.
Oh man!
We're morons.
Oh, man.
We don't know what we're talking
I
about.
don't know anything.
Don't let us tell you another thing.
That is
ever.
unbelievable.
I'm glad I saved some. Everybody, shut up.
I didn't
Wow.
say anything. I didn't say anything.
We just got.
I
man.
would have bet my house
I
All the opposite.
Or that Peerless over here. We gotta try that.
Yeah, pop back out.
Wow.
Man,
Number one. Let's get a
got
little more.
swindled, man.
We did. And that's how good we think it is.
Yeah.
That's why number one is the best.
I gotta tell you, it's,
Man.
and it's 108 proof, 108.4 proof, so it's,
So literally all of us just
Wow.
blinded and picked
Yep. All this
Peerless
blood.
Double Oak, number
Peerless
one of the
Double
Double Oaked.
it is.
Don't let anybody say
That's
different. You spend a little extra money, you get a little extra flavor, you're gonna love it.
What was that, a $90 bottle?
It was $90, so we got 90, we got 55, almost 60-ish, and we've definitely got 55 over here.
Yeah.
Wow.
And boy, oh boy,
Man.
did those drink to their cost at this point.
Yeah.
Especially, admittedly, I've had a lot of 1910. Yeah. I mean, it's the whole reason you do the blinds, because again, admittedly, I will get biased to an Old Forester product, and I was for sure that number one was Old Forester.
I was
Well, Peerless just
Yeah.
blew me away there. Just what a great drink. And again, don't get me wrong. We said they were neck and neck. There's nothing wrong with 1910. It's right up there with it. But you know, for that difference of whatever 15
It's almost,
points on proof there.
yeah, but we also take into account, like, you know, talking about our average followers, people get into whiskey, they're newer, they want something that they can really get some complex flavors on. Different price, it's about $30.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
This is what I pick up.
And we
it's
were-
easy to find it everywhere.
I think we were both, all of us were neck and neck on these two. Like the 1910 and the old, or the Peerless could have gone either way.
Yeah.
Oh man, for me, it
For a
was,
$30 difference.
It was distinctly the Peerless. For me, it was distinctly this. I
$30 more than that.
I thought Woodford and the Old Forester. Now that I'm seeing it on the paper, what it actually is, I thought these tasted very similar. The only difference was the Old Forester had a little punch at the end to break it up. You know, I got floral and butter on the nose, butterscotch, dark cherry, and then black pepper to break up some of that sweetness with the number 3 there. But man, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I could
Flabbergasted.
I could swore that this number one, what I ranked my highest, would have been Old Forester, and Peerless it is.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Peerless.
Yeah. I'm sitting back here just giddy that last weekend we took a family trip, including my granddaughter, Taylor's daughter, that we you know, made a big Saturday hanging out in Charlotte, making the trip, and I'm glad Peerless is in my bourbon cabinet now.
Yeah.
Let's say whiskey cabinet. And definitely glad I have the other 2 bottles that I will always keep a bottle of 1910 in there as well. But wow, I mean that's a Peerless. Great job with the double oak there.
Sure.
And man, just make it more readily available. That's the only complaint I have.
Yeah. I mean, we found this. Shout out to the Charlotte, the CLT Bourbon Group, or the Charlotte Bourbon Society. Saw this on a Snapchat. We were down at Southern Spirits doing their bourbon hunt last Saturday, and I saw it on Snapchat. Hey, Woodford or Peerless Double Oaked at XYZ ABC store, and we went. We finished up there at Southern Spirits, and we got on the road and just went straight there.
Yeah.
And boy, obviously well worth it.
Absolutely. I'm blown away that. And again, it's, you know, as much as, and that's what's the fun of this whole blind taste. We enjoy doing this. We're having a blast, just trying different bottles. And again, as much as we want to think we're experts of Old Forester or whatever, I mean, it's what a, yeah, like I say, I mean, that's part of the fun is to get fooled like that. And like I say, what a great, I'll take that any day of the week, because like I said, it was a lot of fun.
Absolutely, and I think when we're looking at these again, I mean, just like last week, if you see them on the shelf, grab one.
Oh.
But if you got these 2 on the shelf, go for that 1910. They're almost the same price, and I think we greatly rated that 1910 over the Woodford Double Oak. Yeah. Again, nothing wrong with the Woodford Double Oak, but for their price range, they're both in that same price range. Grab that 1910, enjoy it, love it. It's really good. I mean, some great flavors off that. and any of their support. Again, our favorite place, but we're obviously not paid and sponsored by them yet.
Right.
but you know, you can't go wrong with any of the three on here. You know, you're more complex, you're more experienced whiskey drinkers are going to absolutely love this Peerless. It was so good.
Yeah.
But yeah, you just can't go wrong here.
We'll see you next week. I think we're going to switch it up and do some Rise.
Yeah.
We got Rise coming next week. We're very excited for that.
A couple of different ones, but I mean, if you like this content and what we're doing here, you know, subscribe and see more. Make sure you hit that like button. And
if there's anything else you want us to do, let us know.
Absolutely.
Thanks.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers.